The Tangent Egg podcast is aimed at a mature audience. It contains themes that are not appropriate for all listeners. It's important to note that we are not experts. We routinely have no idea what we're talking about and are just three idiots sitting around a table. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to the Tangent Egg podcast. I'm Seth, and with me this week is John Doe and Swoosh.
Hello.
And I think we're starting this week with Sony getting the Uno reverse card played.
I do love that. Just the amount of shit they have been kicking up these past few months. No, Microsoft can't have this thing. Meanwhile, they're doing the exact same business practices.
Well, it came out in a conversation that Sony doesn't want to sign the deal that Microsoft has for them to guarantee COD on their console for the next 10 years. They've said, we don't want the deal, we just don't want the sale to go through.
Oh,
and since then, it's really blown back up in their face.
As you'd expect. It's like, we're doing this because we can. Like, okay, fuck you.
And
I mean, at the same time, the particular person who's reported for having said that, like, their job is to look after Sony.
Yeah.
They should do this. Like, that is what they're supposed to do.
They're meant to be looking out for the company's best interests in... Yeah.
And Sony and Microsoft getting Activision isn't in Sony's best interest, or at least getting Call of Duty.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's not that weird that person would say something
no,
like that.
but it is weird that they would say that to a reporter and have it recorded. Like, say that in private. You don't want to say that to someone whose whole job is to say, they said a thing, here's the thing they said.
That's off the record talk, and it's like, someone has to have been fired for this little fuck up. Like,
look, it probably was off the record, but if anyone knows anything, if you say it, whether it's off the record or on the record, if it's juicy enough, it was always on the record.
Oh, yeah.
There is no off the record, like, at all. Everything, it's the special features. It's always there.
Yeah. But, like, going through the whole thing of it, a lot of this is blown back up in Sony's face, fucking massively. So the CMA has now said, we don't really have any real issues with this. And the FTC and other agencies were sort of waiting for the CMA to come up and say, well, we want these stipulations. And they've gone, we don't have any.
Yeah.
So it's looking more and more likely that it's going to go through on time, so they don't have to pay the extra money for it.
Yeah.
And Sony's been lobbying pretty fucking hard in the States and other places to get more agencies looking into this whole fucking deal. And more of it's turning around going, what about you?
Yeah. Like, now more of these agencies are going, well, we had a look at Microsoft. Now we have to look at you.
Well, it blew back at Sony mainly because of a senator in the States contacted the Japanese version of the JFTC, I think it is, and said, hey, look, this company is causing issues for American companies working in Japan. You're trying to stop American companies working here. Why aren't you looking into this? They obviously have a monopoly. According to their own data, they've got a 98% share of the entire fucking thing in Japan. That's a monopoly. You need to look at this shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, now the whole can of worms of everything is being opened up.
Which is great. I love that someone has thrown the Uno reverse onto this. Like,
oh, massively. Like,
it's
if you're a Sony exec, you got to be looking going, fuck, maybe we pushed a little too hard.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's like, maybe we shouldn't have done that. Meanwhile, in the background, there's some random guy yelling, "Talk shit, get hit! I told you this."
Yeah. Fuck around.
That one guy,
out, motherfucker.
that one guy in legal's like, guys, we can't fuck around this hard without finding out. We can't do this. Like, shut up, Tim. You don't know what you're doing. And then everything.
Well, they've definitely been trying to punch up. Like, if Microsoft wanted to just start throwing cash out, they could buy Sony several times over.
Yeah.
Without scraping the change out of the back of the lounge.
Pretty much.
I mean, that's what happens when you have the most ubiquitous OS on the planet.
Oh, yeah. Like, they literally... It's not so much David versus Goliath, it's an ant walking into a picnic and just getting fucking smushed.
Yeah. I don't know why they wanted to shine this spotlight on themselves so much. It honestly seemed like a dumb idea at the start, and they're actually getting their comeuppance for once. Nothing will come of it, because they'll just pay off whatever agencies they want to.
It's not honestly that dumb an idea from Sony to try and block it.
Yeah.
Activision does, whether or not you personally like what they're doing with a lot of their current suite of products, they do own some of the biggest IPs that Microsoft could possibly have gotten their hands on. And you know that Microsoft isn't... even if this deal goes through, you know Microsoft's not done.
Oh, yeah, no.
They're going to go find other big studios to go after. They just started with some of the bigger known ones to flesh out their catalog.
Yeah, go big or go home.
Pretty much. So, it's not a bad idea for Sony to have gone, can you not? But, yeah. But there was a certain point where they crossed the line of, you pushed too far.
But in this whole thing of like, can you not? Any acquisition that Sony tries to do after this is going to get looked in so fucking hard. Because there's already been rumours of them wanting to look at Rockstar, Square Enix, like a few other larger companies. So, if Sony's been calling for this Activision Blizzard purchase to get fucking really scrutinised, anything they do in the future is going to get fucking reamed.
In this case, had they stopped at "could you not," instead of going "you fucking will not," they would have been fine.
Yeah,
but because they went so hard on this, it's like, I'm sorry guys, you have now opened yourselves up. You've forcibly raised the bar to try and fuck over a competitor, which means you must now also meet this bar.
Because if this had gone through and they'd let Microsoft buy Activision Blizz, and then Sony's like, well, fuck you, we're going to go buy Square, and we're going to have every JRPG be a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah.
They would have probably been able to get away with it, because it's like, you let them buy Activision.
Yeah.
It started going downhill for them when they specifically came out and said that Nintendo isn't a competitor in the high-end gaming market. Nintendo owns both, completely outpaces both Microsoft and Sony for a lot of shit.
Yeah.
They could not make another game for the next 50 years and still be profitable.
Pretty much. It's just, they are the family casual console.
Yeah,
but that was a market that's being neglected by everyone else.
Yeah, so that Sony cut them out. That wasn't anyone else trying to. Sony literally said, no, it's between us, and look, you've got more of a market share in the States. So look at the market share in Japan. You own so much of that. So maybe don't sling fucking rocks if you're in a glass house.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But
no, we'll see in the coming months whether they fuck themselves or not.
The CMA and the other agency in Europe, both of their findings are due out I think within the second week of next month. And then the FTC's the week after that. And once they're in, they're the only major ones that have said anything about it. Like the JFTC, the Japanese one, they've already said, no, it's perfectly fine, go for it. Yeah. No one's found any major issues or had any concessions to say, no, if you want to buy this, then you have to do this. The only people that have been against it were originally Sony, Nvidia, and Google. And Nvidia signed the deal to get COD on their streaming platform for 10 years, so they've completely jumped ship and swum to the Xbox side.
Yep.
Sony's the only one that's still talking shit, and Google just shut the fuck up.
Google realized we have enough issues at the moment. That's not.
Yeah.
Let's not
we
bring any more
don't even have a gaming platform. Stadia's dead. We don't really have much to say here.
Yeah, but Stadia isn't... you make it sound like Stadia died of natural causes. No. Someone went out the back of Google and took the shotgun with them.
Yeah. They yelled that really hard.
Took Old Yeller out behind the barn and double tapped that shit.
Oh, God. I keep forgetting they had a gaming platform, I swear.
That's kind of why they shut it down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone forgot they had a gaming... Well, the problem is that they did streaming. And... I've said it many times on this podcast. We live in Australia. The systems don't work.
No.
Our internet's too shit.
Yeah.
No. Until it reaches a minimum standard for be able to stream a multi-gig game immediately, it's not going to be fucking viable. And there aren't I know there's a lot of the world that can do it, but there's so much more that can't. Like,
It's about, like, 80% of the world can't, I think. It's...
Yeah, well, Australia's internet is sort of worse than post-war Ukraine at the moment. Like,
pretty much. There are third world countries with better internet than Australia.
Yeah. So,
you know,
it's
these services are useless.
Yeah.
very much so. But yeah, even more and more of like at least Game Pass, you download the entire game. If that was a streaming game only, Game Pass would be useless in Australia.
Absolutely.
Oh, you mean what Sony decided to do with all of their back catalog games older than the PS5?
Oh, are they doing streaming for that now?
Oh yeah.
So the idea with the PlayStation Enhanced, whatever it is, to get you the back catalog, all of that's stream only.
So that's completely useless. All right, it's not even.
So you're pretty much running that game through a virtual console somewhere else. You're just streaming the output from it.
Yep.
I swear to fucking God.
So, like, a lot of this is going to come from, like, having COD on Game Pass. Like, Sony doesn't want that because they don't have any competition for that.
Yeah.
No.
Like, their PS Plus, that would have been great in the early 2000s, maybe around 2010. Like, oh my fucking God, this is great. Before Game Pass came out.
Oh, yeah.
But you
post
need
Game Pass? No.
You need a lot better fucking service.
It's like,
and they don't seem to want to adjust. They're still stuck in their old ways.
Oh, you know, the way it looks to me is like, over there is a banquet. It's amazing. Or you could have a Woolies roast chicken. It's like, I'm going to go with the banquet, guys. Fuck you.
You still, and you have to pay more for that Woolies roast chicken than the banquet access.
Yeah.
Because
it's like $25 to get access to that Woolies roast chicken.
Oh. And it's like, oh, but...
As opposed to the $10 for the all-you-can-eat buffet.
But all your friends are having the roast chickens. Like, I don't think they are. I don't think I have any friends over there.
I'm pretty sure I can see them over there.
At the banquet.
Stuffing themselves. But a lot of this, you can see where, for the online capability, Sony's been sort of behind from the PS2 360 era.
Yeah.
So, like, back then, you had to pay for Xbox Gold so you could play online with other people on the Xbox. But you didn't really have to pay for it on the PlayStation. That was one of the big selling points. Don't pay for online. But the quality of the online service was like night and day. Because people were paying for the servers, they were in a lot better fucking condition. Whereas PS2 sort of died. And then
like actually afford someone to poke them with a sticker.
The 360 PS3 era, not PS2.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's a complete wrong fucking thing.
They all blend together after a point.
Yeah. And you can see the sort of difference there. And then when the Xbox One and PS4 sort of came out, you were paying for, like, PlayStation then started saying, all right, now you need to start paying for it. And you could see very much that, oh shit, the quality of service has fucking increased massively.
Yeah. But
then once the Xbox One came out, and, well, when the consoles first launched, the Xbox is going to be an online-only console. And it was like, no, that's fucking bullshit. The amount of blowback they got from that.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Which sunk the console massively. That's what sort of gave the PS4 such a massive leg up on it. And then over time they said, no, it's not going to be online only. Here's a disc drive. Here's all these other features that you want to be able to fucking use. And
apparently
now more
you
games.
Don't want to stream your games. Like, no, stop it.
No, they were just a generation ahead of where they needed to be.
I'm pretty sure their original pitch was that, like, it was online only, but you downloaded Game Pass. Essentially, they were pitching Game Pass, but you could buy your games from eBay.
Yeah. They were pretty much what people want now. They were pitching back on the Xbox One.
Yeah.
So they were just a generation ahead of what they needed to fucking be. And again, Sony's like, no, that's shit. You need to do it the old way. But now that it's actually sort of come a little bit further forward, and people are going, oh no, we actually sort of want that. And Sony goes, no, you still want the old way. You still want the old way.
Yeah.
Do it the old way, please.
We don't want to change.
We can't change.
We put too much work into making sure the old way worked.
Yeah, it works for us.
If we change
Keep doing
things,
this.
we have to pay for innovation, and then we don't have as much money.
Yeah.
I mean, the big one, I think, for Microsoft, and I will admit they had the unique leg up in that scenario, was being able to immediately put Game Pass on PC.
Yeah.
And I understand that a lot of that's because, guess what? They own the OS, so it was really easy for them to do. But, like, that is what I think makes Game Pass definitively, like, just blows everything out. Like, it would be amazing if it was only on Xbox. But the fact that I can play with my Xbox buddies on my PC, and we've both got the same access to all almost all the games. There are some console exclusive onlys, but all the big ones aren't.
No.
So, like, that is a massive one, and that's why, like, Sony recently has been, like, putting so many games out on PC, because they're like, oh fuck, there's a giant crowd there, they want our stuff.
There's a very rabid market for this, and they've been yelling at us for years. Should we listen to them?
Although, that being said, they're not. Have you guys seen any of the reviews for The Last of Us?
No. Wait, the show or the game?
No, so they like
the
weekend,
remaster or the PC release of the game.
Oh that's right.
It just came out last weekend. Mostly negative.
Yeah, apparently they flubbed that one hard.
But they used the same studio they used to make the port for the Nathan Drake one. Uncharted. They used the same studio that did the port for them for that, which also had a terrible launch.
Yeah.
It's much better now. They've patched it and it works. They used the exact same one, and guess what? Rat shit port as well. They're promising to patch it quick as they can.
The Bethesda.
But apparently it's crash-tacular. It's full of bugs. The loading times are atrocious.
Are we sure Bethesda just hasn't spread like a virus to other companies at this point?
I don't it's a subsidiary company whose entire job is porting.
You'd think they'd get good at it.
We know that they that these games can be ported well. Like, look at Return, look at Horizon, Days Gone,
God of War. Actually, Horizon actually wasn't very good at launch. That was actually quite bad.
It took a bit of time for it to get speed in that one.
But that was also one of the first.
I played the shit out of it, like when the day it came out, and I had a great time with it. So I'm sure that when people had issues, I particularly didn't. That's why I didn't know there were. I'm very sorry for the heartache you felt.
Yeah, I actually had a bunch of problems, and then I put it down for like a month, and then came back, and it was like, hey, look, it's been patched, and it's great now.
Nice.
Yeah. Goddamn, it's such a good game.
I mean, the best one being God of War.
Oh, fucking oath.
Oh,
that was a flawless launch. I don't know anyone who, and I slung that at so many people who not got to play it, and I didn't know a single person who was like, well, that was a terrible experience. Why did you recommend that?
Yeah.
But beautiful port.
I don't know how many of those ports are done by the studio that developed the game.
That's why I'm very specifically trying to say that, like, this one studio that they got to do these two ports
has done two now and
did a terrible job twice.
Yeah. Once is a coincidence. Twice, maybe. Third time's a fucking pattern. If they drop another one and it's shit, I'd never get another one from them.
By that point, if they haven't learned to do a port when their entire job is making ports, it's like, maybe we should look into getting some new people.
Yeah.
Maybe we should look at some new technology, or getting the company that made the fucking game to actually develop this fucking thing.
Or have them develop it at the same time, so you can just kind of release them shortly after.
Well, I mean, we're still waiting to find out if Sony's going to pull the trigger on some kind of sales platform for PC. Because we still got that data mine shit from Spinman. But we'll see if that ever actually turns into anything.
I'm guessing they're going to go with a no there, because I think Sony's going to have to lay low for a while.
I don't think they can afford to.
Yeah, that's a good point. They'd have to do something.
If they decided to lay low, all they're letting happen is Xbox to run even harder.
Yeah, that's true.
They can't stop. They have to come up with some. They have to start coming up with some actual answers, not just we're angry.
Yeah, they can't just screech in the background. There has to be something to it.
Yeah, and that, like, when they wanted to try and make PlayStation Plus look more interesting, so giving people free games.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Free games aren't selling you anymore because I have to be on that month to claim them, or I can play every Xbox.
Yeah. Or
game that's been released
if I don't pay
Game
for it
Pass.
that month, then I've lost all those games.
Yeah.
But
Oh no, the PlayStation ones are yours for keep forever. If you stop your PlayStation Plus.
Oh, that's good.
really, okay, cool.
Yeah,
I thought
They never took them away.
they were only accessible while you paid for it. Same
they
as
might have been at the start, but they certainly aren't anymore.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. I didn't know that. I know the Xbox ones are while you're still paying for gold, you can still access the games, but if you're going to get gold, you might as well get Ultimate, and then you got Game Pass anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, do we want to move on to the next thing?
Yeah, I think we've beaten this
why not?
horse to death.
I think there's still plenty of
We've
life in this
relitigated
horse
it.
to beat, but we'll go
At
wait
least
for the
Sony
next
and Microsoft
chapter of the
victories.
story.
We'll quickly jump through a nice quick one here with mostly because I don't think we have anything positive to say about the guy. Kanye West is apparently not an anti-Semite anymore.
Yeah.
Because
And
it's
because
the
he watched
reason
21
why it's the dumbest thing here. Like, he's already a fucking stupid. Like, anything that comes out of his mouth is just like, oh my god, you said that in public. You're a fucking moron.
I swear he has to be medicated. Like, he has to be bipolar.
They
or
need to
something.
up those meds, or just
Yeah.
straight out provide a lead injection and be done with it. Like, holy
He is-
fuck.
He is a
But
insane person.
but the
so he didn't he didn't reverse this opinion because I don't know. It would have been sounded just as weird coming from him, but
he
he
didn't
didn't
ha-
go to like Auschwitz or something
no,
and
he
be
didn't
like,
have a
"Oh,
soul searching journey. He didn't grow
Yeah.
as a person. He didn't
No.
do anything to actually make himself a better human being.
No.
he's not talked to. He didn't go to a Jewish community or anything. He didn't do anything that you would normally expect a celebrity to do to quote unquote redeem themselves.
Yeah.
He watched 21 Jump Street from 2012 with Jonah Hill.
And
Yeah.
said that was enough. He now loves the Jews.
I swear, like... I don't think we're even paraphrasing at this point. I'm pretty sure he
Oh
said
my
those exact
God.
words.
Like I checked this on a couple places because it feels like an Onion article.
Oh,
It
yeah.
does.
It feels like something from The
But it-
Shovel.
I
Like,
think
just-
the Onion's given up the ghost at this point. It's like, fuck it, real life is doing our job for us.
we need to stop reporting the news before it happens. This is fucked.
The Onion's just run by, was it Cassandra, the great seer? No one believes him.
I'm pretty sure at this point, if the Onion started reporting on legitimate news, it'd be weirder.
Yeah.
If they put out an
But,
article
yeah.
that didn't actually end up happening, then it'd be like, what the fuck, guys? You're slipping.
So I don't think we've got any more to say about that.
Oh.
Kanye West is
How he
clown.
hasn't just been old yelled. He needs to
Yeah.
go the way of Stadia.
Someone just needs to take him out the back, or just lock him in the house, or just leave him in the mansion for a few days, see what happens. He won't be able to feed himself. It'll be fine.
Yeah, just lock all the doors and windows, and just life will sort itself out.
Permission to have all, like, aging celebrities who have gone a bit nah, or, like, just bad, to be left
Some
on
of-
an ice floe. Like, just do what they used to do in the hard times back in the old days. Just put them on an ice floe, and just send them off to the wilderness. Let the wilderness deal with them.
I
If
know,
they come
some-
back and
That's less
survive,
that's a lot less the wilderness and more like you're going to die in the ocean.
yeah,
there's
but
still
like,
a chance they could come back.
some of them still say some weird shit, and it's fun to fucking watch, just because, like, oh, yeah, it's a little offensive, and it's bad. You shouldn't say that, but goddamn, that was fucking funny.
Oh, actually, that reminds me. There was a thing going around recently, which was, I think it was Lady Gaga going into, like, a court case somewhere. And there was a bunch of, like, anti-LGBTQ protesters out there. And someone's yelled out to her, "You're going to hell." And there's a great video of her just stopping, turning around, walking down, just grabbing this woman, pashing her. It's like, "And you're coming with me." And then just walking on with I love that! This is amazing! That's the good kind of celebrity crazy.
Okay, moving on from this. So, NVIDIA has come out and basically been like, get fucked crypto.
Yay!
But, like, this is well after they've made an arseload of fucking money from crypto bros buying fucking
yeah.
graphics cards.
See, here's the thing though. They've actually been doing this for a while. Their 20 series and 30 series cards both came pre-soft locked for crypto.
Yeah.
You had to go in and void the warranty and reflash the BIOS to be able to use the card for actual crypto mining.
And they got hacked a little while ago before the 40 series came out. And they said, you need to unlock these cards so we can use them for mining, or we're going to release all the source code, like all the base code for everything in it. It's like, okay, release it.
Yeah, do it.
We're not doing it. Fuck off.
Which, fair. I'm really glad at least one company is saying, fuck it, we don't deal with it. Go somewhere else.
The amount of things on like the Facebook marketplace is like, oh, I've got 20 GPUs that were just pulled out of home PCs that were never used for crypto mining, and I want to sell them for $600 each. Can someone please buy these?
Buddy.
No.
I mean, I'm hoping that craze finally dies, but now they're moving on to a new thing.
Well, they've got lots of weird things they're trying to do. There was actually a really good documentary that, I don't know, I guess it is a documentary. The thing does go for like an hour and 50 minutes that Folding Ideas did on a crypto platform called Decentraland, which has been going for a while now, which is essentially trying to create that sort of like metaverse setup where you can like buy land and you buy... Okay, the idea is that they have a cryptocurrency called mana. And you buy cryptocurrency, and then that allows you to spend inside of Decentraland. So theoretically, you could go up to someone and go, hey, that thing you made is really cool, I'll give you 10 mana for it. That's the general pitch of the whole thing. And then you can buy blocks of land within it, and then on those you can build things. Yeah,
huge tracts of land.
Except,
yeah, pretty much.
Except it's more like, that thing you built is really cool. Control-C, Control-V. Yay!
Not in Decentraland. You would actually need their permission to do that.
Yeah.
You could theoretically spend the time to rebuild it yourself. Nothing's stopping you doing that. But the idea that to get the exact blueprint handed to you, you would need to get it from the person who made it.
Or get a bunch of pictures and get an AI to do it for you.
Yeah, maybe.
But
the idea being... But, like, so many of these people, like, they bought up some land early and then they've just copy-pasted the same fucking house. And they're like, come buy one of my houses.
Why? Just why?
Because these people think that this sort of Snow Crash Ready Player One future is here.
Oh, God. I would honestly love to have full dive VR and that kind of stuff, but it's a long way away.
We've read a lot of fucking lit RPGs and progression fantasies and that kind of shit lately. If I happen to wake up tomorrow in Decentraland, I would just kill myself in Oblivion. Yeah, it's like, no.
This is not an isekai of fun, happy times. This is hell. I'm done. Try again.
This
Reroll
is straight
those
out
dice.
purgatory. Where's the devil? Because I'm being fucking punished here. Fuck no.
One of the things they use, what the guy who did the Folding Ideas guys in their doco did, is they referred to it as a dead mall.
Yeah.
The idea is, because like almost everything is there to try and sell you something, but like there's nothing.
There were no actual creators there. There was just shop.
Or there was an ad agency who bought it, and then when they went to some other company, they were like, hey, and we'll put a plot in for Decentraland.
Yeah.
So they're essentially using it like a stocking stuffer to be like, hey, look, cool stuff, yeah. Because if you go in, you can actually find
mall. Like you drive past and you go, oh, that was a thing once.
Yeah.
And of course, a lot of the crypto bros are pushing it because there's like there is actually legitimate businesses with plots of land in Decentraland, like Toyota, or I think it's Toyota. Or Hershey's, or some of these other companies, because the ad agencies got them, and when you look into them, they're like Toyota Italy. It's not
like
big
one. It's like one of the side weird branches.
Yeah. So these guys are looking for an ad agency. They find some local ad agency, and they're like, "Hey, we'll put a thing in Decentraland for you as well." What's in their building in Decentraland? Bunch of links to their actual website.
Yeah.
So if you go in there and you try to actually buy a car or something, well, you don't do it in Decentraland, you do it on their website that already exists.
Yeah.
Pretty much everything within Decentraland funnels you back out of it because there's nothing in it.
Yeah. It's just a vacuum void space. It's bad. It's good.
And crypto bros fucking love it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it hides more of their scaby things. It's fine.
It's less about that. They're constantly looking for a product. The problem with a lot of cryptocurrency is no one takes it.
Yeah.
Hell, even the big thing that everyone quotes, the 10,000 Bitcoin for a pizza thing.
Yeah.
No one paid $10,000 to a Domino's. That didn't happen. What happened is the dude went, I'll give anyone who can bring me 2 pizzas 10,000 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Some dude went and took his normal, everyday American money, bought 2 pizzas, and brought it to the guy.
Yeah.
There was no purchase of a pizza with Bitcoin.
There was no company transaction.
No. Which is the big thing that the crypto bros need. They need there to be a transaction, something to happen.
Yeah.
So they need things like Decentraland to be popular. And things like, Facebook's Metaverse. They're all trying to build this place where digitally you can spend money.
Yeah. But,
And none of them are working.
No.
And I know, and all the crypto bros are just like, well, that's like, it's gonna happen. So just like buy into this one.
do you know what I think crypto
Stop.
bros are now? They're like the male version of multi-level marketing mums.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I swear to God,
they're
it's
all
just
Tupperware
MLMs for
salesmen.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking, I hate it. Because,
Instead of selling Tupperware, you sell parcels of Decentraland.
yeah.
You're selling Tupperware without the lids.
Look, I'll admit, I
Because the
don't really
lids
want
will
to
come
pay
later.
$300.
When everyone wants it, we'll sell more lids.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to spend $300 on Tupperware, but at least the Tupperware works.
Yeah.
That is true. Fuck.
$300 worth of mana in Decentraland gets me butt kissed. Well, actually, what it does is it gets me the ability to disproportionately vote.
Yeah.
So they actually have what they call a DAO, which isn't a real DAO; it's a fake one, where you can vote to decide what they're going to do with Decentraland, like if they want to give out a grant or something.
It's one of them just
And
shut
they
it
had-
down.
No.
How much is the option to just burn the whole thing down?
So what happened? Like one of the best examples is they had a vote about they do what they call proportional voting, where depending on how much stake you have in Decentraland changes how much your vote is worth, and they had a vote about changing that.
So it's pay to win.
Because it was disincentivizing new contributors from bothering to vote because the vote means nothing. And the vote was massively in favor of the change.
Yeah.
Then 4 people showed up who had disproportional votes and swung it back into a 78% against.
Wow. Okay.
4 people did that.
So 4 whales turned up.
Yeah. 4 dumbasses with more money than brains turned up and said, no, our money means more than brains. Let's do this instead.
No, money is brains. That's how it works.
My
one
bank
of these
account
votes,
is my IQ.
one of these votes was a guy voting for himself to get a pay rise.
Yeah, so he's a politician.
Quite literally,
He's a digital politician.
Council.
It's a vote that is like, should this guy get a pay rise? Then there's one vote of himself giving himself a pay rise.
Amazing. You don't even try and hide that corruption there, son. Go for it.
This Decentraland's a joke. Just an absolute fucking
Yes,
joke.
you should pay yourself $1 more. Good luck.
Oh, I just really want crypto to be gone.
It's not. I mean, it might, but it's probably going to be around as a horrible plague.
Yeah,
for
it's like
a long
microtransactions. The genie won't go back in the bottle. Like
No.
it's here to stay. But I just want people to stop talking about it as often as they do.
It's
Yeah.
the digital version of I'm vegan. But
Yeah, it
Okay.
fucking is.
Yeah.
I swear to God, it's that generation's version of it, definitely.
How do you know who's a crypto bro? Don't worry, they'll tell you.
Yeah.
I own crypto. That's nice. But we just lost Seth for a second.
Maybe just in Discord. Yeah, I don't know. I think there needs to be something that either like where it kicks off or it dies, and no government is going to back it to actually make it a valid currency in their fucking, because they can't monitor it. It'd be hard to fucking tax.
One country did, but it was like a small island state, I think, and that kind of tanked them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the problem with I think the best example was that restaurant that decided it wanted to take cryptocurrency. Because you can't guarantee how much it's going to be worth when you go to try and turn it back into money.
No.
On the day that they paid you for it, it might be worth the meal that they paid. But when you go to cash out and pay your workers, it might not be worth that, and then you can't.
It is not stable.
And you can't run a country on that. Again, I would highly suggest anyone who wants to check out Folding Ideas. They did a wonderful episode called "The Line Must Go Up." I think I've mentioned it before. On why this shit does not work. Why Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general are inherently a bad idea and are not going to replace money. Should not replace money.
Definitely.
If I finished a week at work and I looked at my paycheck and I said, "You've earned 0.0001 Bitcoin," it's like, I quit. I'm done.
Yeah. I'd be done.
This is not worth that time.
No, it's not. But yeah, that's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
It's all fucked. And all these companies are trying to make these metaverses and they're not landing.
Honestly, it'll just be the new Avon. That's all I can see it happening. It's just going to be the new generation of MLM. That's it.
Yeah. It definitely feels like that. Absolutely.
I don't want to deal with it, so I ignore it. It's over there in the corner. It's fine.
Yeah.
But
pretty much.
Speaking of the whole meta thing, though, wasn't there some news with that recently?
With Meta?
Yeah.
Oh, that they basically just went, it's just VR.
Yeah, they finally admitted
it's only
just
VR.
Yeah. So they didn't have to put more money into the infrastructure.
Yeah, because the whole European Union is trying to get a whole heap of tech companies to pay into the infrastructure for the amount of data that they generate or the amount of use that gets used on their infrastructure.
As they fucking should.
Yeah. So Netflix and a whole heap of the companies go, no, we don't use that much data, except it's like quite a bit of data per fucking episode or movie. And Meta's just straight out said, no, we're just using like an online streaming. We're just normal VR. We're pretty much a game. We're nothing more than that. So we shouldn't have to pay much.
Meanwhile, their marketing is going, but no, we've been saying for so long that we're more than just VR. Huh.
Yeah.
Panic. Oh, God. I fucking hate Meta. It's the dumbest thing ever. But also, just, why didn't they just buy VR chat? It's already there. It's an established product. They could have just slapped their name on it.
I can only assume that they probably tried to and didn't give VR chat enough, or VR chat was like, fuck you, I don't know.
I really hope VR chat just said fuck you, because that'd be great, but if it's... I'm more than like guessing it's going to be they lowballed them on price.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it, we can make our own. This shouldn't be that hard, and now they've realised how fucking hard it is.
We can make our own with blackjack and hookers, except they couldn't hire any hookers and no one would deal the cards.
And they forgot feet.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm happy that Meta is dead. Like, actually, wait, is it dead or is it still?
No, it's not dead. It's just VR. It's still Facebook.
How much money have they sunk into that now? Like, because that has got to be ripping into his personal funds at this point. I think
it's some dumb number. I'd have to go find what it was. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
Like, you'd think they would at least have something to show for it, but it's barely better than, like, Mies.
Yeah.
It's sad.
It is, and that's kind of the big thing, and that's what they're trying to do the metaverse thing. They want to be able to be like, but businesses will exist here. Unless you really find a way to, like, you would have to have some way that a Domino's would consider it more profitable, which it won't, to staff a Meta location with at least one employee to take orders.
Yeah.
To then funneled through to a store to get you a pizza sent to you.
Yeah. Like,
That's what you would have to do, but that's not as viable as just being like, here's a link to the Domino's website.
pretty much. Like, they've already, surprise, surprise, everyone already has built infrastructure to take orders online. Like,
Yeah.
why would they want to accept an
Are you
extra
still
step?
there?
Stupid phone. Why did I not turn you on?
It wasn't me this time.
It's very rarely you.
That's true.
No, mine went off earlier.
Yeah, it's patently stupid.
Yeah.
Because the only way, like, this is why, like, anytime people are talking about, like, we want metaverse, we want VR, no. AR is got way more practical uses than
augmented reality is the way
VR does.
As much as everyone wants to push like a virtual world and everything, we live in this physical world. Like, no one's going to want to leave this to go to a virtual world. Like, if you can have AR to augment this to make it closer to that, we're already fucking here. You don't need any more infrastructure.
Pretty much.
Yeah. You don't think it'll be... I'd love to be able to have, essentially what we're doing right now, but, like, just a pair of glasses on and just be like, there's the screen with you guys on it, there's the
I'd love it.
websites that we're talking about, there's my screen recording software. It's all just here, and I can walk
Not
around
needing
my house,
screens
and it doesn't
anymore would
matter.
be amazing. That I would love.
Even just putting on some glasses and it's like a fucking Jedi Council where Swoosh appears in the lounge on the left to me and Seth appears in the lounge on the right to me, and then I drink myself stupid because I'm not alone anymore.
Like, I would like
What
that.
is it?
That'd be a great use of augmented reality, but it's just not really being dealt with. Everyone's definitely going VR.
Yeah. And I love VR, don't get me wrong, I've got a VR headset, I've played it a lot, I still play it a lot, but it's got limitations, and we're not going to fix them without full dive, and
That's a ways away.
I think it's so far away that I don't think I'd see it.
No.
We might get it towards the very end of our lives. It'd be interesting.
I
If the planet
don't
hasn't
believe
caught
we'll see it.
fire by that point.
But
I don't believe we'll see it because there's nothing to drive its existence.
At the moment,
There's no
drive that we have to have it for anything in particular. Like, the full dive you'd need isn't I've put on a suit and a helmet and I'm going to run around a room, because that's still fucking limiting.
Yeah.
The full dive you'd need is I've plugged
out.
myself in, put a helmet on, and I'm now unconscious and I'm now awake in this fucking world.
Yeah. I think the only way we'd ever see that happening is if they start actioning AI programming for that kind of stuff. We might see a new boom with AI stuff soon, because that just seems to be the way everything's going. Hell, Nvidia's investing heavily into it.
It's because Intel is their main partner, and Intel basically built their current chip range around AI crunch data.
Oh yeah, but like with that kind of assist that AI can give, we might see something along those lines, or a jump in technology soon.
We might see the jump. Again, I don't see, even with AI as an assist, full dive happening, just because there's no reason.
Yeah.
There's no benefit to creating it.
But by the same
There's
token,
benefit to creating better AR stuff, though.
Yeah.
But, like, you need to be able to develop the brain technology interface for it. And sure, you can, like, there's ways there to read the electrical signals in the brain, but so much the brain is done with fucking chemicals. Like,
Yeah.
that it's gonna be fucking hard to be able to. I'm doing a brain scan. That looks like adrenaline, maybe. I don't know. Without actually going there and seeing, right, this chemical is being released at this time. It's like, now you're just reading the electrical impulses. You're not reading why shit's happening or how shit, like, it's not just an electrical impulse. There's so much more happening. Until they can figure that connection out as well, I don't think we're going to be anywhere near it. I think it's a long fucking way off.
I would ever have with augmented reality getting to a point where everyone has orgs and that kind of stuff is just how quickly it would become a ad hellscape.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the pop-up blockers you need for that shit.
Like,
actually, I think the best example would have been at the start of Stray Cat.
yeah, Stray Cat Strut is great for it. I would love that level of orgs, essentially. It was like, basically it's just good.
No, I meant the ad thing,
Yeah.
where, like, she goes into the museum and accidentally accepts
The tour.
the audio tour.
Yeah.
And then that comes with a bajillion ads that her
It's
tech friend
effectively a
has
virus.
to rip
Yeah.
out.
And the amount of viruses just lingering in places. I love that world.
Stray Cat Strut is not our book of the month, but it is a good lit RPG with superheroes and...
I'm most of the way through the third book, and I'm loving every second of it. So.
Yeah.
I've finished it. It's so good.
Yeah.
I'm hanging out for book 4.
It's not a book of the month, but recommend.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't done it as a book a month because we all decided to read it in our off time.
Yeah,
And
and,
it's like,
then we all was
okay,
like,
we've
hey, we
gone
all read
through
this thing.
I mean, do we want to talk about the book? We've still got some time to
I'd
kill.
be keen to talk about Stray Cat Strut, to be honest. It was
Or Stray Cat Strut, yeah, or the...
So, final note, fuck Decentraland, fuck Crypto Bros, fuck the Metaverse.
Yeah.
Fuck selling Tupperware without lids.
Yeah.
With holes in the bottom.
I'm pretty sure that's going to be my new go-to anytime someone wants to talk about crypto. Oh, I don't want to talk about Tupperware without lids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done.
Because even if you just bought the lids by itself without the Tupperware, you've already got Tupperware that'll most likely fit. So,
True.
you don't need more shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, Stray Cat Strut. Amazing set of books.
Yeah. So, like, basic premise of this one was it's an alien race has started warping into Earth.
Before they come in, there's a threat moving through the galaxy, and this alien race is contacting civilizations that are about to get hit by it to give them a fighting chance, so they don't have to be on every planet to stop this fucking wave of critters. So if you do a heroic action, or if they don't really know why it triggers in certain people and not others. Well, they haven't covered that yet in the books, but if you do a certain action, then you'll get access to the system where you can do a thing, get points, use those points, spend it on bullshit, get powerful, kill things. Yay!
So anyone who becomes one of these people is called one of the Vanguard, and I like the fact that they are just given so much leeway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they can literally walk in and murder people for fun, and it's like, no, they actually protect us from the alien invasion, we're good.
That person's dead now. Goodbye.
But it's also
Well,
like Megacorp future as well, like Megacities, Megacorps, all that kind of stuff is around, and as fucking horrible as you'd expect. It's like a Judge Dredd level Megacorps running around.
And we follow the main character, Kat, who was an orphan, got made into a vanguard, has now become named Stray Cat.
Yeah.
And her adventures with her pyro-loving nun friend Gamora, who I don't care what the thing describes anything as. In my head, this is a battle from 40K.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Like if this was an anime or a TV show, it'd most likely be NSFW.
Oh yeah, definitely.
For how some of the characters are described, as like, okay, I really couldn't show that in public. But
Yeah. I can't listen to this without headphones.
no.
I mean, first book, really good. Second book, really good. 2 needlessly long lesbian sex scenes randomly thrown into the book.
Put in there for no apparent reason as intermissions. It's like, this is a very strange intermission.
I mean, I don't give a shit if they want to have the characters be gay. They can go fuck if they want.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I don't need a
actual
blow
bit
by
where they-
blow.
No.
I actually really like when they were talking in the first time they did it, and they were like afterwards, and they were like, "Man, Mr. Tentacles is amazing."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's the level of banter I'm pretty chill with, because this doesn't pitch itself as some kind of NSW book.
Yeah.
No.
It's a lit RPG. Where's this sex scene come from?
Yeah.
Happens twice in the second book, and it doesn't happen
That's
in
a
the
whole
third.
another genre. That's harem fantasy. Good fucking luck to you.
Have fun.
Yeah.
But like,
I get the feeling this book, I think, is another one of those books that came from like Royal Road or other such sites. And it wouldn't surprise me if it was just thrown in there for a little bit of fan service in a week where the author couldn't think of anything.
Yeah.
pretty much.
That they're a little lonely at home. Like, I'm gonna write a thing. Ah.
Yeah. I wrote a thing. And everyone's like, we liked it, make another one. Okay.
Well, they didn't do another one after those 2,
Which is
so
good.
book 3 doesn't contain it.
It was one of those things where it was just like, I'm just going to skip ahead because this is getting gratuitous.
But quite honestly, the characters are all great. Kat's great, Gamora's great.
The fact that they're both from, like, down on their luck backstory. So, like, Kat was an orphan before becoming a Vanguard, and Gamora was a nun in a monastery kind of thing.
Yeah, but she was like shit tier nun. Like,
Yeah.
scrub the floors. Yeah.
Yeah. Scrub the things, you know.
And now the entire nunnery considers her a saint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just fun. Like, it's
Like,
good, simple fun.
I don't know how to describe it because, like, it's not got deep plot or incredibly emotional characters. It's just a bunch of fun characters that I want to hang out with.
It's just anime
her
girls fighting the
fucking
Zerg.
her sassy AI, my Alice, is great.
Each
Oh my
Vanguard has an
God.
AI in their head, like literally in their head. But my Alice is just so sassy, and they meet other ones who are like dry and straightforward. Like, is my Alice just the weird one out that is sassy as fuck?
Well, I mean, she keeps trying to sneak cat motifs into everything if Cat doesn't specifically request otherwise.
Yeah.
Everything is cat themed, and I love
It's
it.
not until like the third book they said, "Hang on, did I actually have a say in any of these themes?" Like, yeah, that's why you've got all this cat shit because I wanted cat shit. Deal with
Yeah.
it.
Essentially, at any point she could have said
Motherfucker.
no cat things, and it would have been no cat things. I was like,
Yeah.
I love it. Like, she gets super hearing modules, which are just cat ears.
Yeah.
And they could have just been generic things on top of her head. Like, nope, cat ears, it's fine.
Yep.
Like, it's
And
a very good series.
it is what I would call sort of a popcorn fiction.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing about it is going to challenge your worldview particularly. Really make you think deep about life. It's literally sitting. It's reading Stargate. It's just sitting down and having a good ass time.
It's great for that. Like, you can just zone out and listen to some fun. Because even
Yeah.
like the battle scenes and that kind of stuff, they're pretty interesting. I like what they do. The fact they can instantly re-up with ammo means that they are very liberal with what they do.
Yeah. It's like, I want to do a thing. Can we do that thing with explosives? Let's do the thing with explosives.
Yeah, I love at
that's
one
about
point in the third book, like, we have to go from one area of the sewers to another. And it's really nearby, but the sewers are so weird and circumventive, we have to go a long way out as the fastest route. And it's like, what happens if we add explosives to this calculation? And suddenly it's a much shorter pathway.
Yeah, it's like, there's a straight line.
And it's like, yeah, we just cut out like 4 hours of travel time. Done.
Yeah.
It's
All in all, I
entertaining.
really like the series. I've had
Yeah.
some fun with it.
There is some solid banter. The characters are fun. Like, the villains are essentially... It's a weird split because there are the antithesis, which are the, like, Zerg-like plant things that come and attack and eat everyone. They're just trying to spread the swarm. But then there's, like, the megacorps and the gangs and the other stuff just in this futuristic city. And corruption abroad. And, like, this is actually really fun because it's a character who has come from the bottom rungs of society, is now top tier of society, to the point where, like, police and, you know, politicians will, you know, scrape and bow to them because
And
they get
actually
some amazing
listen,
shit
yeah.
from them. And she's like, she has no respect for them at all. It's like, this is great because they can't turn against you. You are allowed
And
to
they
be a
do-
dick.
They actually do some really good subversion. How have you finished all the stuff with the sewer dragons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so minor spoilers for the third book, although it comes up really quickly in that book. Sewer dragons gang that lives in the sewers. They generally are pitched as just random fucking gang. But it's eventually revealed they're like the only people maintaining an entire sewers.
They're the
entire
custodians
city
of the
sewers.
entire water
Yeah.
and sewer structure.
An entire
if
mega
they-
city. Like, if they go, everyone's fucked.
Yeah.
So they don't. Like, yes, they're gangers, but they're necessary?
Yeah.
Question mark?
Yeah. And the only, like, the worst thing they're doing is, like, no one wants to be working in the sewer. Like, you have to augment your body that fucking much. You can no longer be a part of society.
Yeah.
So no one will do it, so they're dwindling numbers. So they have to start abducting people to actually... No, we need people to do this. And regardless of what you want, we need people. And...
Like, the big issue was for the start of the third book, essentially, is entire blocks of people going missing. Because they're just re-upping their numbers because the most recent wave of these monsters coming just wiped out an entire section. Like, we need people. We can't survive.
Yeah.
It's just now you have to deal with that, and it's great.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
It was a good turn on they're just gangbangers. All right, let's kill them all. And like, oh shit, no, they actually served a purpose. Holy fuck!
Crap, we killed a lot of these guys on the way in.
What I like though is when she goes to see the mayor, like right after this, and is like, "Hey, just to give you a heads up, there is now a massive issue with the sewage and water systems because these guys have been interrupted and they are really low on people. You need to do something. You need to shake up the system and get it working again." He's like, "Nah, that's not a problem for me. Until the megacorps tell me they want it changed, it ain't changing." It's like,
Yeah.
There's that level of corruption. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, and then she says, well, once the sewage starts backing up and you have no running water, then it's everyone's fucking problem. But she also, like, into that they go through how, like, the system got so fucked up in that it's only meant for a residential service.
Yeah.
But as more corporations opened up, they paid off to tap into that service as well, so they have to pay for industrial water or industrial sewage. And more of these corporations that they've just blown the scope of this whole fucking thing out. Instead of having their own thing they're meant to manage, they run through the city service. And it's just like, holy fuck, like, there's the corruption and just the multi different layers and how it's fucking tagged in was, I thought, really, really fucking well done. I've loved it.
And, like, as dumb as it is, and, like, it's clearly phrased and positioned evil, I get what the mayor was saying.
Yeah.
Like, the megacorps control everything. A couple thousand people without water, not my problem. One megacorp, oh, that's my problem.
Yeah.
They're the ones that
Once
that
they
pay for
have
to
a
get
problem,
re-elected.
we care.
Yeah. But it's like...
Because he points out, like, the money to fix it, it's got to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
Are any of those people you're talking about not having water going to pay for this? No.
No.
One megacorp will, but they won't until it's their problem.
Yeah.
I like the way they do their world building as well for these novels, because at the start of every chapter is a snippet from somewhere in the history
Oh,
of
they're
the
so
world.
good.
And it's
Yeah.
things like snippets of forums or advertisements, and they all have that weird dystopian feel to them, which I love.
No. The bit that's bad, that they fuck me sometimes, because sometimes they use examples of stuff that's in right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because one of the ones that they're talking about subscription services, and they bring up Adobe.
Yeah.
And it's just like, don't! Look, you're a dystopian fiction.
No.
You're supposed to be the future, not right now.
third
Being
book, they
shovel
mention-
articles. Stop.
They mention one of them in the third book, which is the Great Tinder Crash of 2028. I'm like,
People had to learn how to date again.
people have to learn to date again in meat space. I'm like, I love that, because that's fucking hilarious.
Yes.
But also, too fucking close, man. Come on.
But like reading through, like going through the books, they're very fast paced. It's not no real downtime between it. It's like very event. All these
I
things
think
happen.
across the
The 3 books has
3
only been
days.
like a month or something.
Yes.
Yeah, at most.
Yeah.
Well, they actually say like, I've only had these powers for like a month and a half or 2 months, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's like, this is the 3rd book, and holy fuck, that's a short time frame.
Yeah. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm waiting. I'm thinking like the next book will probably have a bit of a time skip to it, because I think he'll skip ahead.
Well,
I know it won't.
No.
It won't.
No?
It won't.
No,
I can't tell you why because you haven't finished the book yet, but it won't.
it's going to kick off straight into shit.
I'm okay with that. I honestly would love to see this as like a HBO series.
Oh, it would be amazing.
It'd be great. I'd have a lot of fun with that. But we won't get it because sci-fi tends to get shat on for that.
Well,
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it could be done well. I think as an anime series, I think it'd be easier to get the whole system across, because I think it'd be harder for people to look at and understand straight away. Like, what the fuck is this thing? Why aren't you just doing like Game of Thrones? Like,
Yeah.
like already doing it as almost like a cyberpunk style anime, or any of those styles that have come out really fucking well lately would work.
Actually,
Yeah,
I'd be keen for that.
definitely. Absolutely.
Long story short, you
But-
should all read the series.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
If you don't,
It's
if you
really,
don't
really
mind,
good.
mild and sometimes graphic lesbian scenes, run with it.
Yeah.
It's a fucking good show.
Again, there's 2.
Yeah.
And
They're labeled as
I
intermission.
don't-
You can skip them.
Yeah. So, and it is that whole block skipped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to deal with it, you can just be like, and they have sex, skip.
It's already started
Fade to
getting
black.
a bit was like, yeah, there wasn't a fade to black for it. I'm like, we should have faded to black a few sentences ago, so I'm just gonna skip ahead now. But
Yeah.
But yeah, all in all, very good series, and
So
world and
if
character
you've already
building is very good.
yeah.
So, if you've already finished all of the Undying Lord set, there's another book series.
Yeah.
Actually, no. You know what the start of the chapters remind me of? The advertisements at the start of Better Off Ted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, every
Yeah.
time.
Man, there's a show that should have gotten a second
Fuck.
season.
It did. It
God,
got
it's
2
like
series. It should have got more.
Yeah. And technically, it had like 1.5.
Was it?
It was like,
I was about to say,
Oh.
wasn't it like a split or something? I don't remember it having a complete run of a second season.
they
Either
came
way,
out.
it should have had more episodes, is my point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely should have had more episodes. That was a fucking great show.
Yeah.
It
Fuck,
also
bro.
reminds me a little bit of Cowboy Bebop. Like, if watching
Yeah.
the anime, how they had those like the little cuts to like just everyday life of the world going on. Like, I absolutely love those in Cowboy Bebop, and just
They were great.
those
Yeah.
little split away from the story to show, hang on, there is more of the world out there. This
I think I
reminded
know
me of
how
that.
we can explain Stray Cat Strut. It's like a long walk to a small angry planet, but instead of it being in space, it is an alien invasion.
Yeah, or a little more. Yeah, a little more
I
action.
mean, I feel like the antithesis gives.
Yeah. But it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, there's a bit more action to it, definitely. But it's just,
Yeah,
it just feels like a slice of life with an alien invasion through it.
yeah. Shit's happening.
Yes.
We're going
Yeah.
home now. Let's go to sleep.
Yeah, let's go have a nap. And like, they just details like, oh, we went and got food. It was delicious. Like,
Yeah.
neat.
Actually, that whole bit where they go to the super fancy restaurant and have no idea what they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Fun.
Two, like, previously dirt poor orphans going to the fanciest restaurant in the mega city. It's good.
Yeah, that was fun. Like, again, the whole series, I think we've said it enough times. The whole series is just super chill, super fun. Highly recommend. I think all three of us are bated breath waiting for book 4.
We only
Yeah.
just
And
got
whatever the fuck
book
I
3, so we're
I
going to wait
think
a
they're
while.
around 12 hours each.
Yeah,
think.
they're not short.
They are a
They're
decent
quite
length.
long.
Like, I think it's like 8 to 10 hours for the third one. I can't remember.
You definitely get your
money's
your
worth.
$15/1 credit.
Basically, if you spend
money worth.
the $15 for 3 credits, then you get the entire current series. It's great.
Yeah, $30 for the thing. You essentially get the third book free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's definitely quality value.
Mm.
Quality value. Although sneak for when we get around to doing the Undying Lord, that one's really good too.
Yeah.
You really read that one.
Yeah, I think we've all finished that book. We've now moved on to like extra ones in the series.
Well, I mean, John Doe's finished it. I'm nearly at the end of book 3, and I think you're on book 2.
Yeah. I got distracted by Stray Cat, so
Yeah, that's fair. That's absolutely fair.
yeah.
So, I think we've all unanimously decided this is a good book, and we'll probably extol its virtues in about 2 weeks.
Yes. We'll have to re-listen
But-
to it so we can remember exactly what happens in the first book before they start like spilling into other books.
When's that ever stopped us?
That is a good point.
But we have made it out past an hour, so I think we'll wrap it up for this week.
Excellent.
So, y'all have a good one.
Have fun.
See ya.